Candace Owens, I don't care. Yeah. I don't care. Stephen Avery steals everything in the neighborhood. Doesn't matter shit to me. I don't care that some woman that's 18, 19 years old lost her virginity to Stephen Avery. She's fucking lucky. She's 18 and 19 years old. She's losing her virginity. Okay. I don't care. Oh, Sandra, whatever, what's her? Yeah, her. Did absolutely nothing. Bullshit. She's over there at Trax Tavern Picnic. Excuse me, people. She's over there at Trax Tavern Picnic. And she's spreading shit about Stephen Avery. And it's not like she's absolutely innocent. You're lying, and you know you are. Okay. I don't care. I don't care about Stephen Avery's past. You can muddy him up all you want because I don't care about Stephen Avery's past. It's unimportant to me. Stephen Avery is unimportant to me. You don't seem to understand something. It's not about Stephen Avery. You're stuck on Stephen Avery. Fuck Stephen Avery. I don't give a shit about Stephen Avery. It's not about Stephen Avery. You understand? No. You're a woman and you're emotional. So what you're doing is emotional play, but you got no substance. It's not about Stephen Avery. Stupid bitch. So, you're stuck on Stephen Avery. Screw your Netflix. Fucking whatever. Screw your fucking shit. Okay? Screw you. Screw you and screw all of your fucking program. You got no substance. It's not about Stephen Avery. Stupid bitch. But you fell for it. You fell for it. What is it about that makes me think Stephen Avery is innocent? Nothing makes me think Stephen Avery is innocent. I know for a 100% fact Stephen Avery did not commit the crime because I know for a fact that the crime did not occur. It's just a narrative. That is all. And you're part of the problem. Hey, got an idea. Why don't you make a series on something that I give a shit about? You see, if law enforcement can do this to Stephen Avery, they can do this to you and me. And that's what it's about. You see, if you can do this to Stephen Avery, you can do this to me. You see, that's what it's about. Kenneth Peterson had it in for Stephen Avery. And Kenneth Peterson told Robert Herman, go frame Stephen Avery. And Herman said, yes, sir. And Herman went to his auto and he got himself a bin for a RAV4. And that RAV4 is all blue. The bin is all blue. and he got it off the dash, he twisted it up, not in factory condition, and he put it on another RAV4. This one is a K95, which is blue, black hardware, and gray trim. Okay? And he had Bobby waiting for the delivery driver, newspaper dude, come deliver the newspapers at Avery Auto Salvage, tick, 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 Johnny on the spot, right? And timed it so that Bobby would be seen pushing a RAV4 on Avery Road. And Herman put in a bait RAV4. So when Pam of God went straight to it like a hound dog, okay, she would find not Teresa's vehicle, which is all green. Okay? All this color. So that everybody would know that the dig's up. They got helicopters, it's all over the news, everything like that. And it's not the RAV4 that Herman, that Peterson ordered. So the story is Manawha County Sheriff's Department set up a bait vehicle, and they were all in on it. Coburn, Link, all those guys are in on putting the bait vehicle on the property for Pam to find. That's the story. So, when they called it Teresa's RAV4, then you got on the Teresa's RAV4. Teresa's RAV4. You said Teresa's RAV4. You said Teresa's key. They found Teresa's key. They found Teresa's RAV4. It's very easy to say Teresa RAV4, and that's it. But what is a VIN that belongs to an all-blue RAV4 on a vehicle that is blue, black, and gray in place of a vehicle that was all green? Teresa's key is not Teresa's key. Doesn't have Teresa's DNA on it, and no, it wasn't scrubbed clean. What key was it, Candace? No, let me ask you. What key did Lincoln Colburn, the only two people that can bring a key in from outside and plant it because Coleman said, yeah, we know that you're putting a bait vehicle up because we're in communication. We know that you're going to plant a key, but I'm going to be looking the other way. Okay? And they did everything they could to tip you off, that this is a setup. This is a bait vehicle. This is a counter sting operation. Do you honestly believe that the Manawha County Sheriff's Department is going to go for this when their top dog has a personal beef with somebody and he's ordering his department to frame his ass? Do you think that the Calumet County Sheriff's Department is going to go frame his ass? Sheriff's Department is going to go kill Teresa Marie Halbach and plant her vehicle and throw her body into Stephen Avery's bedroom. Huh? Really? Really? No. Peterson ordered Teresa Marie Halbach to be dead. News, story, all that shit. But Teresa is involved in porn, and her family is the Halbachs, and they got a daughter involved in porn, okay? Teresa kind of needs to disappear. So, what better way to make her disappear? Set Stephen Avery up. Teresa's in on it, you stupid. Teresa's in on it because Teresa needs to disappear. Teresa needs to disappear. Steve and Avery needs to be set up. Hey, let's put these two together. Teresa gets a job over there. Okay. Yeah. That's the story. It's not about Steve and Avery. It's not about Teresa Marie Halbach. It's about the Calumet County, Manitowoc County Sheriff's Department sabotaging Kenneth Peterson and everybody else that was in on that lawsuit that would have lost their ass, and they refused to do it. Then you got the lawyers in there, which were planted, obviously, because obviously it's two different vehicles. Even Buting brought it up, two different vehicles, but when presented with a receipt saying that this vehicle, just a VIN, not just a VIN, at Cleveland Auto Salvage, the only thing you see of the VIN is the VIN. You don't see the vehicle. Well, the VIN got put back on its original vehicle, and it got shipped someplace else, and it's been scrapped. It's been known to be scrapped. But that VIN has gone all over the world, and somebody shipped the VIN around the world, but not the vehicle. Anyway, when you look at the history of the VIN, now the history of the VIN has been purged. So I'm not interested in anything, everything, and all things that doesn't relate to what happened on or what didn't happen on Stephen Avery's rented property. Other than that, you can fuck off. I don't care. I don't care. And nobody else should care, because all you do is get wrapped up in the fucking bullshit. Just wrapped up in the bullshit. So what we have here with Candace Owens is a feeling play. What we have over at foul play, so you guys are working together. Yeah, you're working together. You look like you're not, but it's good cop, bad cop. That's what happens. Dr. Silkman, yeah, you're a real fucker, you know that? Because Dr. Silkman, faced with evidence, Dr. Silkman, what about the VIN stamped over the VIN on the firewall of the vehicle that they recorded at Wisconsin State Crime Lab? You can obviously see that there's a VIN stamped on another VIN on the firewall of the vehicle they have in storage. Teresa's RAV4. Well, Teresa's RAV4 is nowhere to be seen. The last time we heard anything from Teresa's RAV4, the real Teresa's RAV4, the green Teresa's RAV4, okay? That RAV4. The one she was driving, the one that has her DNA in it, the one that has her hair in it, hers. Yeah. We never see that one. Yeah, never see that one. The only one you see is the bait Teresa's RAV4. So, Candace Owens, when you say it's they found Teresa's RAV4, go on, because you don't want to stop there and look at that. You want to go through the emotional shit, Stephen Avery breaking into places, Stephen Avery doing this shit, Stephen Avery doing that shit. I don't give a fuck. What I give a fuck about is you are running cover now. Candace Owens, Dr. Silkman. Then we go down to Netflix, they started it all, and they ran cover. You know, here's these photographers, they're in the arts, and they can't tell the difference between vehicles. Colors of vehicles. You can't tell the difference. Can't tell shit. So, Candace, when you say Teresa's RAV4, that's kind of like lazy. Lazy. Come on. Be better than that. Why don't you say Teresa's RAV4 and mean Teresa's RAV4, which is green for all intents and purposes. All green. Nothing but green. And then when you talk about the bait RAV4 that was found on Avery Auto Salvage being pushed by Bobby Dassey to be purposely identified by the newspaper guy. Okay, yeah. He was set up to be seen, a witness. And this doesn't come across to you as, well, shit, maybe it's a bait RAV4. So when you're talking about the RAV4 found at Avery Auto Salvage, then say Teresa's bait RAV4. Or you can say Teresa's blue, black, and gray RAV4 and Teresa's green RAV4. But the VIN, when you're talking about the VIN, oh, it's Teresa's blue RAV4. You see? And they found Teresa's vehicle. Well, wait a minute. Teresa's vehicle at Avery Auto Salvage had a hole in it, like it had been shot at. Where would you find something like that? Maybe at Cleveland Auto Salvage. Maybe Rob Herman went out there and went, boom, put a bullet hole into it, and he had another one just like it, of which that one came back to Avery Auto Salvage RAV4. The Manitowoc County Sheriff Department bait RAV4. That went back to Cleveland Auto. Stupid. Okay? That went back to Cleveland Auto. Yeah. It was in the parking lot too. And reported that we delivered into the parking lot. There's a whole recording on it. Oh, okay. Well, then they just went over there and they grabbed it. It's a counter sting operation. What would you expect? Now, another RAV4 from Cleveland Auto Salvage goes down and ends up in Wisconsin State Crime Lab. So Teresa goes off wherever she goes with her green RAV4. The bait RAV4 that Bobby was pushing ends up in Cleveland Auto Salvage. Cleveland Auto Salvage sends another RAV4 that doesn't have a bullet hole in it, and has a wiper on it, okay, where it shows where it has a battery and the other one didn't have a battery. And they put that in Wisconsin State Crime Lab. But and then, of course, over at Voyager Park, yeah, Teresa had her picture taken with the vehicle in Voyager Park that had these tires on it. And these tires were the same tires that's on Avery Auto Salvage bait RAV4. And it's the same tires that's on the Wisconsin State Crime Lab RAV4. Okay? That's how this goes down. And you just, they just found Teresa's RAV4. And they got Teresa's key, Teresa's RAV4 key. I won't go into that. Oh, they shook it around, it fell out, but yet all the change stayed exactly where they were at. The change didn't move, okay? On the desk, now. Oh, they go under on this, what? How many searches before they found the key? Yeah, right. So they're highlighting, hey, they're yelling, hey, this is a setup. But you can't read that? You people can't read that. The fuck is wrong with you people? Oh, we went to high school to go get a fucking job at McDonald's, all right? Well, we got a college education. Well, so much for that did for you. If you can't figure this fucking shit out, you're dumb. You're just fucking stupid. Or you know this. Here's a story for you, Candace. Daily Wire. Hey, Ben, okay? Here's the way it goes. Why is it that I sent all this shit, all of us truthers, the real truthers, not Silkwood, fucking bastard. All he is a propagandist. And you got to keep the propaganda going because he's paid very well to keep his propaganda going. All right? It's about money. That's what this is about. You know damn well. And if you don't know damn well, I just told you. So now you know damn well, right? Hey, I called. We've called. A bunch of us called. Dean Strain, Jerome Buting. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. No. They'll keep preaching Teresa's rapport. Yeah. There we go. Oh, Knight Rider and Drizzen? Yeah. There. Teresa's rapport. Oh, Brendan Dassey is confessing shit, but it's still Teresa's rapport. It's not Manawak County bait vehicle rapport. No. The Manawak County bait vehicle rapport is Teresa's rapport that they're talking about. See? So they're lying ass sons of bitches. Ken Kratz knew because he's over there. He was over there before. He had posters made up the day before because she was supposed to be missing the day before and there was a mix-up or something like that, but whatever the case is. Her missing persons photos, posters, came out, was printed before she was reported missing. And you missed that, Candace? Candace, you, the Daily Wire, and you're stuck with this guy. You guys are like real propagandists. That's what you are. You're just nothing but propagandists. You're no better off than Silkman because you're all the fucking same. Kathleen T. Zellner purposely goes out and buys a fucked up something else rapport, just like Teresa's rapport, but it's blue, black, and fuck that bitch. Because she is Teresa's rapport. The common denominator between all of this making murder comes down to one thing. How do you describe the vehicle found on Avery Auto Salvage, and that's it. The linchpin. You don't have to go through all this other shit. You don't have to make all these 10-part documentaries and stuff. It only comes down to one question. Was that Teresa? Two questions. Was that Teresa's rapport belonging to Teresa Maria Hallmark? Or was it a rapport that had a bin on it that was detached, not in factory condition, been moved? On a vehicle that it doesn't belong on, because it's a single tone, it's on a vehicle that's a two-tone, and it's a different color than Teresa's real rapport, the green one. So all the paperwork that says it's Teresa's rapport and it's got that bin on it is fraudulent. Fraudulent. That's right. It's fraudulent. Who knows how to do that? Then the Herman brothers, okay? The Herman brothers. They own the competing junkyard. Yeah. So he knows how to do that. So that's Teresa's rapport. So how did Teresa get all this paperwork on her rapport? Well, they went to the Toyota dealership where she bought it, Lemieux Toyota, and she went over there and talked to Bob Lemieux, and he handed them all their fucking paperwork, and it's just paperwork. For $36 million, I think you could change the name of a fucking title over to another vehicle. And they put her name on it. She put her name on it. I don't know. But I know one thing. She ain't dead. How could she be dead when they're putting a different vehicle on there? Who's going to kill her? Manawak County Sheriff's going to kill Teresa Marie Hallbach. Right. Yeah. Sure. Well, if they did, they just put it on there and boom, fucking execution style, They're going to have to do it on Stephen's property. So they have all this blood splatter and shit, brain matter. Whoa. See, we took a left turn in Albuquerque there now, didn't we, huh? Who killed Teresa? Steve didn't. Why? Because Steve's not the one putting bins on vehicles that bins don't belong on vehicles, stamping fucking over the bin on the wall of the vehicle, matching the bin. Kirkline Sherwood broke that story. So yeah, it's got a false bin on the vehicle. How much more do you need to understand that this was a counter setup for Peterson ordering Stephen Avery to be framed? Stupid fucking people. Stupid fucking people. Damn. And you're all falling for this crap. Daily Wire, Ben Shapiro, you guys got snowed, or you're walking into it, bastards and bitches. Now what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You know everything I said is absolutely true, otherwise I wouldn't have said it. There it is. There it is. Daily Wire, Candace Owens. You can wah all you want. I don't care. I don't care what you come up with. What you can't come up with is Teresa's actual real vehicle. What you can come up with is that paperwork that's filed with that bin on it is false documentation. It's a false document. It's not true. It's not true because evidence photos do not match that bin. Oh, it matches the bin now? Yeah. Why? Because Toyota now changed for that particular vehicle. Oh, we can't tell you what it is, you know. First I got it was a 760. No. First I got it was a 6P3 deep jewel green. Second time, oh, well, now we changed it to K95. Really? How did Toyota do that? But they did. They did. But it doesn't matter. What matters is that Ken Kratz put dark green, and he argued dark green, teal, blue in court. See? So he's arguing that the bait vehicle is Teresa's vehicle. He argued that in court. And he used false documentation against Stephen Avery, and it's provable false documentation because the bin does not match the vehicle. And when they first put it out there, see, on the flyer where that bin is, and it says that is dark green. That bin ain't dark green. That bin is blue. There it is in the paperwork. But why doesn't Dean do something about it? Why doesn't Jerome Beauty do something about it? You know? Why doesn't Stephen Dresden and Nora Lowrider do something about it? Why don't Kathleen T. Downer do something about that? That is a false document, and that is the key evidence, and you have the false document, the title to the RAV4 bin that was on the dash. That's it. That's all. That's it. So Teresa owns the bin that's on the dash of the vehicle, and it's not the vehicle she drove up and with Stephen Avery. That was green. You went to kindergarten, right? Did they hand you Crayolas, you know, where you could... Crayolas? Do you guys remember, like, first grade or something? You know? And yet, here you are, Teresa's RAV4. It's League Wednesday. Okay? It's the speech. If you just say, Teresa's rapport, then everybody thinks it's Teresa's rapport. See how easy that is, Candace? But why don't you be specific? Which Teresa's rapport are you talking about? It's in the photos. The photos. Why did they show a all-green Toyota RAV4 on WBay News as be on the lookout for this vehicle? And then that vehicle laid on the hood of the vehicle at Avery Auto Salvage is not the same colored vehicle. It's two different colors. 1, 2. And all you dumb bastards and bitches out there can't figure that out. And if you got a bait vehicle involved, well, where's the murderer? Candace, yeah. There's bones in the fire pit. Deer bones in the fire pit. And they only found enough bones in that whole entire fire pit for 1/3, 2/3 of one human skeleton. Or pretty much one deer. They didn't find bones for one deer and bones for one Teresa Marie Halbach. They only found enough bones for one deer. And we know there's a deer in there because the meat's over there in the freezer. From the deer. That the bones are in the fire pit. That was dumped out from the burn barrel. So you have Teresa Marie Halbach being burned in the burn barrel when insects have gone in there and already had eggs, and it doesn't coincide with the timing of Teresa's disappearance because he didn't burn those papaws off. They were there. So that burn barrel hadn't been burned between this period and this period. Teresa was alive when the insects laid their eggs. And they went and collected it, and the insects' eggs hatched. So that burn barrel wasn't used to burn Teresa Marie Halbach. Nothing in this case. Nothing in this case figures out. It's everything doesn't work. Not in real life. It does not work. So, Candace, you're going to put this big old thing out there. You're part of it. You are a part of the, muddy the waters. Yeah, you're right there, elbows and asshole with Kathleen T. Zellner. You guys are lockstep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's as if you guys teamed up to conspire. But one piece of paper, just one piece of paper, the whole case could go to hell. One piece of paper. And that piece of paper with that bin on it, supposedly belonging to Teresa Marie Halbach, is fraudulent. Stephen Avery is convicted on a fraudulent piece of paper. One piece of paper. That's why it has to be Teresa's rapport. The key, Teresa's rapport. What key that key was taken from that property. And the battery is taken out, so you couldn't use the key. That key was used for the vehicle in Wisconsin State Crime Lab that came from Cleveland Auto. Cleveland Auto, Wisconsin State Crime Lab was never on that property, Avery Auto Salvage. Okay? There's a fail-safe Right there. So the lab took the key and put the key in. And what happened? It turned it on. Yeah. The key came from Cleveland Auto Salvage to Avery's bedroom by Lincoln Colburn. You know, they called the license plates in, they found the vehicle. Okay. Lincoln Colburn. And it went over here and it started this vehicle over here. Now, how are they going to connect Stephen Avery to that vehicle? They're going to get Shelley Cohane to go in there and plant blood on the dash, little whiskers, and that's it. Stephen Avery. And they got his blood because Stephen Avery was bleeding like a stuck pig, and they got his blood. Perfect storm, if you ask me. But they got Shelley Cohane planting the blood on the dash of a vehicle that came from Cleveland Auto by Lincoln Colburn. Lincoln Colburn are the ones that put the vehicle on Avery Road so that Bobby Dassey could be seen. Lincoln Colburn were involved in taking the vehicle from Avery Auto Salvage, the bait vehicle from Avery Auto Salvage that didn't have battery in it, up to Cleveland Auto Salvage. Lincoln Colburn are the ones that actually bought Mini Mart, and then they left it there. And then that was called in. And then they went from Cleveland Auto Salvage with another RAV4, and they dropped it off down there. Okay, putting the plate on each, that one plate, and they changed the plate over. Oh, well, they had to take the tires off, put the tires back on because they've been rearranged. Same tires as the one at Voyager Park. This is a setup. That's why people believe, and even without this information, people believe something's wrong with this thing. But anyway, there you go. You're the problem. People like you, people like Kathleen T. Zellner, Stephen was railroaded by his own lawyers, not to mention the prosecution. They were all in on it, and more importantly, they are all still in on it. And you are now put yourself into it because you're emotional and you can't. And Ben, get over here. This is your fucking shit, dude. You know, Daily Wire, you're putting your ass out here. Ben, yeah, pull your head out of your fucking ass, dude. Ben Shapiro, get the title from the case. You can go over to Silkman, Foul Play. Tell Silkman, hey man, I need just a title. That's all, just a title. And you match that title up, and that title is supposed to be for a all blue RAV4. And it's on the dash of a K95, multicolor, two-tone. And Teresa had an all green one. That's not Teresa's VIN. That VIN does not belong to Teresa. That's it. Stephen Avery walks. I don't give a fuck about Stephen Avery. Understand that. I give a fuck about the justice system. That's what we all give a fuck about. We don't care about Stephen Avery. So what? Brendan Dassey, on the other hand, they fucked over a kid. I care about it. Okay, I care. Brendan Dassey, I care. You know, he was slammed to slaughter. They used his ass because they kept trying to push a narrative. Who wasn't in on it? Well, Crash was in on the framing, but didn't quite go that way because the cops weren't in on the framing. So here's what you're saying, Candace. Manitowoc County Sheriff's Department killed Teresa Marie Halbach, because Stephen surely didn't. And Manitowoc County planted the wrong vehicle to get Stephen Avery off. I don't know how you came up with that conclusion, but that's what you're preaching. Whether you know it or not, that is what you're saying. Hey, Casey Oliver, I seen you the other day. You was pissed off, all right? Casey, yeah, go on the idea that that title that they say and the registration that they say is Teresa's is not. Casey Oliver, check out my shit. Go for it. If I'm wrong, I'm not wrong. That's it. I'm just not wrong. Period. There's the photographs. Everybody else is wrong. Silkman is a fucking bastard, people. Don't believe him. He's a propagandist. Okay? Goebel will be proud of his ass. Perplexed Cutie. Yeah, why don't you jump back in? You know? Any of the old schools? Anybody else out there? And yet you guys still don't get it after all these fucking years? What's wrong with you people?